Gelbert, driver of the '04 mainly asphalt Camaro. We're watching XCAL on Tella TV.
Esto es XCAL League, soy Octavio Rondoletto y me verás arriba del Tella 77.
Hi, this is Angelo Esposito, driver of the 33 machine, and you're watching XCAL Racing on Tella TV.
Hi, this is Kenny Tripp, driver of the main model truck service Camaro. You're watching XCAL Racing on Tella TV.
Hey, ich heiße Rafael Sempro und bin der Fahrer des Wagens mit der Nummer 74 und ihr guckt XCAL Racing auf Tella TV.
This is Ryan Soper, driver of the number 84 RS racing car, and you're watching XCAL Racing on Tella TV.
Good evening, my friend, and welcome to Heat Race number 3 of 4 for the XCAL Racing First and 15 300. My name's PDJ Zeller, the voice of XCAL Racing, and you are tuned in live to Tella TV, where we are getting ready to go at it for 50 laps to decide which 4 drivers will transfer to tomorrow's feature event. That's right, the top 4 transfer. Here's how the first 2 heats went. Heat race number 1 was won by William Karp. He won after taking the lead late from XCAL newcomer Joel Blewett. Blewett did end up finishing second behind Karp. Karp was first, Blewett second, and in that heat race we also had finishing in third place, I believe, was Kleinestel Buff, or no, that was the second heat. Heat race number 2 was won by Octavio Rondoletto in that heat race. Second place was Kleinestel Buff, third place was Cody Jones, and fourth place in that heat race was Pat Sullivan. So we've already taken 8 drivers into the feature so far, and we will be taking 4 more here to move the field up to 12, as this is the third of 4 heat races here for the XCAL Racing organization. And what has so far been, I can only describe as a fun night. We have had a lot of fun racing here at North Wilkesboro. There's been some big wrecks, some tempers flaring, all the good stuff that you love about short track racing. But truthfully, it's been a lot of fun. This track has shown us some great racing, and I really don't see any reason why the great racing will not continue on in this heat race, as we have some of the best in the business looking to race it out. The top 4 we have right now as qualifying winds down is 4 of the better drivers in the XCAL Racing Association. We'll be excited to see how they can perform here, as they have about 20 seconds left in qualifying to wrap things up before we take these drivers to the grid. It looks like in this heat race we will have about 25 cars attempting to take the green flag, so quite a few got drivers and only 4 spots. That will equate to destruction here in North Wilkesboro if things do not go well. In heat race number 1, we saw exactly that, destruction, as there was a huge wreck that took out about 75% of the field on lap number 10. Racing for second place was Jordan Babinger and Kenny Tripp. Babinger got tight off the corner, hit the wall, and came down into the Tripp number 12 machine, and that ended up taking out the entire field. I mean, more cars than I've ever seen collected in any short track wreck in my entire career. Crazy stuff there in the second heat race. Hopefully we don't have a repeat of that again. So here's your starting grid for heat race number 3. Starting on pole position will be the number 12 car of Kenny Tripp. In second will be the 454 of Luke Turpin. In third will be the number 48 of Jordan Babinger. In fourth will be the 99 of Tyler McRae. In fifth will be the number 66 of Kendrick Krayer. Sixth will be the number 07 of Kyle Strychars. Seventh will be Stephen Rex. Eighth, Tyler Batchelder. Ninth, Chase Johnson. And 10th, Noah Carpenter. In 11th will be Josh Rogers, 12th Jeff Edgar, 13th Darren Snyder, 14th Travis Sukup, 15th Ben Eaton, 16th Jeremy Letos, 17th Tyler Gelbert, 18th Marty Zakawa, 19th Johnny B, and 20th Heather Patrick. 21st will be Derek Colson, 22nd Art Hendren, 23rd Alex Gangler, 24th Bruce Helmuth, and in 25th, rounding out our field, will be the number 7 of Josh Smith. So as we get ready to go racing here, we are going to do a little bit of a pre-race interview here, as we're going to try to dial up one of these drivers starting up front, and we're going to try to dial up the number 12 machine of Kenny Tripp, see if we can get a quick word in with him. And as we try to dial up the helmet, Kenny Tripp, it's PD up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Kenny, a strong qualifying run for the 12 team starting on pole position. What do you think the keys are in this heat race to keeping the 12 car out front?
Oh boy, the beginning of the run, it's pretty loose. It's the only thing I can make it to be mediocre at the end of the run. So we got to make them work around me. Other than that, I think if I give up the bottom, I'm going to go backwards quick. And hopefully we go at least 10 or 12 laps under green. If I can be out front after that, then I'll be in good shape.
Kenny, first time the XCAL Racing League has ever come to the North Wilkesboro Speedway. A new track, kind of all you guys are dealing with new things here, learning the way they race here. What are the early thoughts from the 12 camp about this track?
I personally like this track. Haven't had much luck in the last couple qualifiers, but it's been good. I think a lot of people are racing a little over their head a little bit, but hopefully they'll bring it together and we'll have a good race for tomorrow.
All right, well, Kenny, best of luck to you, and hopefully we talk to you after the race.
Very much.
All right, that's Kenny Tripp, pole sitter, driver of the number 12 machine in the mainly asphalt number 12. We will get to see if he can maybe pull off the victory. He's going to have a lot of hard hitters behind him, though. Luke Turpin on his outside is always quick no matter where we go, and he's been pretty quick in practice so far. Third place, Jordan Babinger, that 48 car. He has been a rocket ship all weekend. In practice, the quickest time all weekend was a .388. That was ran by Babinger. No one else even ran a single .4. The next closest lap was by Tanner Kalen, our broadcaster. He ran a 5:02. No one else has ran any quicker than Kalen's lap there besides Babinger, who once had a 3:88. So Babinger with a fast time of the week. We'll have to see if he can translate that into race speed here as we get one lap till we go green flag racing. So those front two rows, lots of good cars. Obviously the 12 of Tripp, the 454 of Turpin, the 48 of Babinger, and the 99 of McRae. Any of those four cars could be parked in Victory Lane tomorrow, and I really would not be that surprised. I mean, you could even bring in the third row with Crayer and Strychar's too. Lots of good cars in this field. Excited to see how this heat race goes. We go down into turn number 3. The iRacing Ford Mustang is going to make that hard left-hand turn into the pits. The field will be at the mercy of Kenny Tripp. Dal Jr. holds the green flag in the air, and he is going to let it rip. Green flag in the air. We're down and away. And a little bit of a funky restart there as everyone gets a little stacked up, but everyone's going to keep it going. Up front, it is Tripp taking the lead right out of the gate. He's going to clear the 454 of Turpin. So Tripp slides up in front of Turpin. He'll take the top spot. On the outside, it's Tyler McRae clearing Jordan Babinger. He's now up to third. Battles on for fourth as Kendrick Crayer looks to the outside of Babinger. Babinger has the 66 cleared, move Babinger into the fourth and final transfer spot now. As Babinger races side by side once again, Crayer trying to force the issue up on the high side. Oh, we have the 57 of Chase Johnson around, and caution is out. And for the third straight heat race, it's that 57 of Chase Johnson involved in the first caution. I can't say if he caused it or not because I did not have a good view of that from where I was sitting. We will have to see. It did start with a 57, so we will look at this replay here in just one moment. The replay is up, and the 57 of Chase Johnson, yeah, he is spun in front of the field. He spun right in front of the 42 of Noah Carpenter. Jeff Edgar, for the third straight race, gets collected in Chase Johnson's wreck. Noah Carpenter is involved as well, and caution is out on the speedway, as it's that 57 of Chase Johnson once again bringing out the yellow before we got the tires even up to heat. Tough break there. Let's try to talk to maybe one of the drivers that was collected in that. I see Noah Carpenter got a piece of that, so we're going to see if we can get a word in with him. And here we go. Noah Carpenter, it's PD up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, you got me.
We got you, Noah. Well, Noah, it looks like you got a piece of that caution there. Tell us what happened from the cockpit of the 42 machine.
I was just going into turn 1 normally, and the 57 just spun out in front of me, tried going to the top side, just got collected in it. Nothing I could have done there.
Well, Noah, it looks like your car isn't too beat up. You should be able to continue on. Tell me, do you feel like the car is not that damaged? And if so, do you think you can maybe get up there and challenge for one of those 4 transfer spots?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah, no problem, buddy. I said, how's the car? Is it damaged too bad? And do you think you might be able to get up there and compete for one of those 4 transfer spots?
It's 2 minutes optional repair, so I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully.
All right, well, Noah, thank you for taking the time to talk with me, buddy, and best of luck the rest of this race weekend.
Thank you.
All right, that's Noah Carpenter, driver of the number 42 machine, as he gets his car repaired down on pit road. He has gone 1 lap down due to damages fixed. Chase Johnson has taken that machine behind the wall for the 3rd straight heat race. He was the first car out of the race. Also taking their machine behind the wall is Joshua Smith in the 7 machine. That car is done for the evening, so Tough break there for Josh Smith as he's had to park that machine. Up front, here's your running order. First place is Kenny Tripp, second's Luke Turpin, third's Tyler McRae, fourth is Jordan Babinger, fifth is Kendrick Krayer, sixth is Kyle Streichar, seventh is Stephen Rex, eighth is Tyler Batchelder, ninth is Josh Rogers, and 10th is Travis Suka. We still have 23 of the 25 starters on the lead lap running, so hopefully we can go green here for a little bit longer this time, as I'm sure the last guy who wanted to see that caution come out was Kenny Tripp, though. That last restart, he timed it perfect. He got that car in front of Turpin. He was running good up front, and then just the caution flew at the worst possible time for Tripp, and now he will find himself mired side by side with Luke Turpin. They go side by side down the backstretch. This time by, they will be getting the green flag as we're going to get things back underway here. The debris has been cleaned off the racetrack from that last caution. We go down into turns number 3 and 4. That iRacing Ford Mustang is going to make that hard left-hand turn onto the North Wilkesboro pit road, and Kenny Tripp has the field in tow. Green flag in the air. We're down and away, and Tripp timed it pretty well once again. Tripp to the inside. He has the advantage on Turpin. Turpin could have slid down, but he chooses to race up on that high side. He wants to try to get a good run off the corner. He is now definitely clear of Tyler McRae for second. McRae is going to try to defend the third spot as they go side by side for fourth. Kendrick Krayer's to the inside of Jordan Babinger now. Krayer and Babinger race side by side. Here we go. It's going to be Babinger on the high side, keeping the RPMs up. Babinger drives that machine through the corner, and McRae gets loose off, and that's going to allow Babinger to clear McRae. Now McRae's on the high side of Krayer. McRae now is going to slide down in front of Krayer as they race side by side for the lead. Up front, Luke Turpin's made his way to the inside of Kenny Tripp. Turpin gets loose off the corner. Tripp still has that car in the top spot on the high side. Tripp drives it off from the corner. Here comes Jordan Babinger getting involved in the battle now. Babinger on the high side doing a nice job racing with Turpin. As they go off into 3 and 4, it is going to be Tripp with the advantage. Babinger still peeking to the outside as they're side by side for fourth, the final transfer spot behind them. As McRae gets into the wall a little bit, he's going to hang on to it. Krayer on the inside hanging on to it as they're going to all go around the lap car of Jeff Edgar, who almost gets into him out of the grass. Edgar is able to hang on to it. As up front, this racing is fantastic right now. Caution is out on the speedway. We have caution out on the track. Something has happened that has brought us under yellow for the second time in this event. Try to see what happened, trying to figure out which car was involved. We have the 5 of Derek Colson was slow in the grass. I don't think that was the caution, though. Let's see what happened here. I'm looking for a car that was wrecked. Oh, we have the 04 of Tyler Jalbert around. Okay, so it was the 04 of Tyler Jalbert that was involved in that one. And we will see what happens there, as we'll have the replay up for you in just one moment. Replay's up, and here we go. Looks like Tyler Jalbert went to make it up the middle 3 wide. He was in between Travis Sukup and Jeremy Leto, and he has slid up into Sukup a little bit. And then Leto actually got loose after the initial incident and got in Jalbert, sent Jalbert spinning. Darren Snyder got a piece of that. Noah Carpenter absolutely tore down the outside wall. And that is what brought out the caution for the second time here. So we are going to try to key up the car that was involved in that caution, Tyler Jalbert, see if we can get it working with last week's feature winner. And Tyler Jalbert, it's Petey up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how you doing, Petey?
I'm doing pretty good, Tyler. Well, it looks like you got involved in that incident there. Can you tell us what happened from the cockpit of the 04 machine?
Yeah, I was just trying to pass the 45 there. I didn't really like being behind him. He didn't seem too confident. And I guess I just made a move too soon.
Gotcha. Well, last week, a big week for the 04 team, picking up your first ever XCAL feature event victory. This week, for the first time in XCAL history, we go to the ancient track, I guess you can call it now, of North Wilkesboro. So first and foremost, how are you liking this track so far? It's a new one for a lot of us. And second off, how's the car feel? You think you're still going to be able to get up there and compete despite the damage?
Oh, first, I love this track. You can really make it work on the outside here, as long as you trust the person inside of you and make it work. Second off, I don't know, I got hit in left front pretty good, so we'll see. I'm definitely going to try to work my way up, and if not, we always got a 4th heat.
All right, Tyler, well, thank you for taking a moment to talk with us. That's Tyler Jalbert, driver of the 04, and best of luck to you the rest of the weekend. Hopefully we can talk to you after one of these races.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to let Tyler get back with his team, and we are going to get ready to go back racing here in just one moment, as I believe there are 2 to green this time by. We're going to give you an updated running order. First place is still Kenny Tripp, second place is Luke Turpin, third is Jordan Babinger, fourth is Kendrick Crayer, fifth is Tyler McRae, sixth is Kyle Strychar, seventh is Stephen Rex, eighth is Tyler Batchelder, ninth is Bruce Helmuth, and 10th is Darren Snyder. As we still have 19 cars running on the lead lap. Here we come down the backstretch. It is that 12 of Kenny Tripp to the inside. On the outside, it's Luke Turpin. Let's see if Turpin can time this one better than he's timed the last two. They come down and it turns 3 and 4. Tripp really slows that pace down. He's getting the field nice and tight. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn. Here they come, and green flag in the air. They're down and away. Tripp timed it perfect. He absolutely blew the doors off Turpin there, and now Turpin's back in second. Tripp in the top spot now races off into turn number 1. And oh, here we go. Kendrick Crayer looks to make it 3 wide up the middle. Nothing doing there. Battles on for second. Babinger races to the inside now of Turpin. Babinger drives it off into turns 3 and 4. That 48 machine gets a good pull off the corner, and Babinger is everything but clear of Luke Turpin as they come down in turns 1 and 2. They remain side by side. Babinger just trying to get that dropping bombs 48 ahead of the 454, and he does. Up to second now is Babinger after he hits the wall a little bit. Here comes Kendrick Crayer for the third spot now on Luke Turpin. Turpin continues to drive that car way up top, and he's just going to let Crayer go. So move Turpin back into the fourth spot now, as Turpin is mired behind the 66. Here comes the 48 now, Babinger. Let's see if he's able to reel in Kenny Tripp. Babinger, like I said, he has been one of the quickest cars in practice all weekend long. On the first heat race, he was racing for second when he was involved in an accident, admittingly of his doing. And here in heat race number 2, about 20 laps in, he finds himself running in second once again. And that time by the flag stand, he was the quickest car on the speedway. So Babinger running quick right now, although he has a mirrorful of Kendrick Crayer, and he's not able to shake that 66. The 66 is also running pretty fast right now, as he is right in the tire tracks of Jordan Babinger. Babinger now off the corner gets a little bit loose there. He's going to hang on to it though. Still reeling in that number 12 of Kenny Tripp. He's just a little bit faster than Tripp each lap. You know what I'm noticing? He's running a little higher on the racetrack than Tripp each lap. So I think that might be the difference right now. It's just a difference in lines. These cars have been also close in speed and practice all weekend. I've been saying all weekend I don't think it's going to come down to which car set up the best, because they're all set up pretty close. There's only one way to set up a car here in North Wilkesboro, and all the big teams, all the good teams, they figured it out. I think it's going to come down to just who is the best driver this week. Because here we go, Crayer gets to the inside now of the 48 of Babinger. Crayer races to the inside. Crayer drives that 66 machine off the corner, and it's Kendrick Crayer for the time being moving up to second. Babinger still races on his outside though. Babinger is side by side with that 66. Nothing doing. The 66 is clear. Move Crayer up to second. Babinger with the crossover is going to go down to the low side. He sticks his nose in. There was just nothing there though, and Crayer is going to have second position. Now Luke Turpin's all over that 48 of Babinger rather. Up in fifth right now is Kyle Strychar. Strychar is actually having a really good run. I have noted a lot this weekend that the drop and bombs cars are really strong. Right now they run 3rd, 5th, 6th, and 7th. A lot of drop and bombs going on as these guys have brought some really good pieces of the racetrack and cautions out on the speedway. Third caution of the race here on lap number 24, as we're going to try to see what happened here. It looks like there was a car flipping in 1 and 2, and that was Ben Eaton. Ben Eaton in the 2 machine. So Ben Eaton ended up flipping over, and we will figure out what happened there in just one moment. And you see the replay now, and Ben Eaton coming off the corner was racing hard with Josh Rogers. He got really loose, wrecked up the speedway, came down in front of Darren Snyder, collected Josh Rogers. The 2 of Eaton went flipping. Also spinning were Art Hendren and Tyler Batchelder. And that is what brought out the caution here, as Batchelder and Eaton got the bad end of that one. Lots of damage to those 2 cars. So they will have to bring those cars to the pits, and that virtually takes them out of contention. As a tough break there. And we're going to try to catch word with Ben Eaton, who was collected in that wreck. As here we go, dialing up his channel. Ben Eaton, it's PD up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead, PD.
Ben, unfortunate break for you. Looks like you got collected in an accident there. Tell us what happened, Ben.
The 31 just got impatient. Nothing new with him.
An unfortunate break for you, but fortunately, Ben, it looks like you've had quite a bit of speed in the first 2 heat races I've been watching you. You were racing for a transfer spot in the last heat. Heat 1, that 2 car was looking good. So tell me, you liking North Wilkesboro so far? It's looking like you're pretty quick.
I hate this track. I just can't figure it out. I just got to give a big thanks to these Sullivan iRacing guys. I mean, they came up with a hell of a setup. And, yeah, it's just... hopefully we can come back in the 4th one and have something for him.
All right, well, Ben, best of luck to you in heat race number 4. Sorry about your luck in this one.
Oh, good.
All right, that was the driver of the number 2 machine, Benjamin Eaton, as he is unfortunately out of this one. Here's your updated running order. In first place is going to be Kenny Tripp, and second is going to be Kendrick Prayer. Third's going to be Jordan Babinger, and 4th will be Luke Turpin. 5th is going to be Kyle Streichar, 6th Tyler McRae, 7th Stephen Rex, 8th Bruce Helmuth, 9th Travis Sukup, and 10th Jeremy Leto, as there are still 17 cars on the lead lap racing for these transfer spots. As we are getting ready to get things back underway. When we get things back underway, there's going to be about 20 laps to go, as we've had 3 cautions in the first 30 laps, so definitely not great, but could be worse as we get 1 to green. For the first time in this race, Kendrick Prayer is going to be restarting on the outside. He has not restarted higher than 5th so far in this race, so a new car on the front row, a new challenger to Kenny Tripp. All these cars have heat in their tires. They should all be running fairly competitive at this point. We'll just have to see who has the best on these hot tires here. I'll tell you what, I really like that Babinger 48. I think as this run goes on, you're going to see him go quick. Here they come through turns 3 and 4. The pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn. Tripp lets him rip. Green flag in the air. We're down and away, and it's Tripp going to clear the number 12 machine. As here we go, Luke Turpin dives underneath the 66. What a restart for Turpin. He gets loose on the bottom, though. The 66 of Crayer will take second. Crayer now runs right on the bumper of Kenny Tripp. He is all over him. They head down into turns 3 and 4. Crayer peaks to the outside. Nothing there. Crayer, there are 3 wide behind him. That cannot end well. It did end well somehow. Crayer's just trying to find room to race right now on Kenny Tripp. Tripp goes way down to the bottom of the racetrack. He drives that car off. It is Crayer, though, with a good run off the corner. Crayer's there. Crayer peeks to the outside. Turpin now peeks to the inside of Crayer. This is getting very, very tight at the front of the field here in North Wilkesboro. And off the corner, Kendrick Crayer, he drives it to the outside of Kenny Tripp. Here comes Turpin to the inside of Crayer. They are side by side for the top spot. Crayer on the high side, not able to make it stick. Got a little loose up there. He's still good for second, though. He drives it off the corner now, and he's caught right back up to Tripp. Crayer on that high side gets good apex in 3 and 4. He drives it off the corner, and Crayer in the 66 draws about even with Tripp there. As they come down the backstretch there side by side. No, contact is made. Tripp gets loose. Turpin goes to the inside. Tripp's going to hang on to it. Crayer takes the lead. Tripp and Turpin make contact, and now Turpin's up to second as Crayer's going to take the advantage. So Crayer's to the lead now as Turpin works his way past Tripp. Move Turpin up to second. Here comes Babinger for third on Tripp. Unfortunate break there for Kenny Tripp as he is heading the wrong way quick. And the 48 of Babinger now on that low side. He is able to drive it off the corner. He is side by side with Kenny Tripp. Right behind them is Bruce Helmuth, who's fighting for this 4th and final transfer spot. A great run for Bruce Helmuth in the number 25. It is going to be Kenny Tripp on the high side. For the time being, he is going to hold off the 48 of Babinger. So Babinger now left to battle with the 25 of Helmuth, who hits him. Helmuth drives it a little deep into that corner as Turpin in front of him gets into the wall. Cars all over the racetrack right now, as this has been pretty epic here so far. Great racing from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Up front, though, it is young Kendrick Crayer showing the way around the racetrack. That 66 machine is looking stout right now. A great run for the 66 of Crayer as we look back through the field. And the battle for the transfer spot has simmered down for a quick moment. Babinger runs in front of Helmuth. Helmuth, though, not giving up. He's all over his bumper in that 25. A good run here for Bruce Helmuth. Streichars and Tyler McRae are not too far behind either in case something were to happen. Speaking of good runs, too, Jeremy Leto up to 8th right now. An excellent run for the Leto number 24. As Jeremy Leto needed a good run. He's had a couple of rough weeks. Leto, though, has that machine up in the top 10 right now in this heat race, and he's knocking on the door of 7th. As there is great racing all over the racetrack. Right now for 11th, it looks like Tyler Jalbert's going to take that one away from Marty Zakala. Good pass there by Jalbert as he's able to pick up another spot. Up front, though, it's Crayer running the fastest laps on the racetrack. And Luke Turpin's giving it everything he has. That 454 machine just does not look like it's quite as quick as the 66 right now. And Crayer drives it off the corner once again. He was a little bit slower than Turpin that time by Turpin, a little bit faster than Crayer. Not enough to make a noticeable difference, though, as Turpin is just driving the wheels off that car, trying to get every thousandth he can. Here we go for the last transfer spot. Helmuth is all over the number 48 right now. Babinger, Helmuth now peeks to the inside. There is just nothing there. Babinger making it wide, trying to hang on to this fourth and final transfer spot. Babinger gets into turn one. He gets a little loose. Contact is made between him and Helmuth. Helmuth trying to move him up the racetrack for that final transfer spot. Kyle Streichar is just waiting in the wings. Anything could go down here. Up front, though, Luke Turpin continues to reel in Crayer bit by bit, inch by inch. That time by the flag stand, it was Luke Turpin, the fastest car on the racetrack once again. So Turpin is trying to make some headway here as we have great racing going on. 10 laps to go here in heat race number 3. Top 4 transfer. Do not blink, you might miss it. Up front, here we go. Turpin now right on the bumper of that 66. He has caught him. Catching a guy in North Wilkesboro is one thing, though. Passing him's another. Not an easy track to make a pass on. We'll have to see what Turpin tries to do here, as he is certainly there, though. He is on the bumper of Kendrick Crayer. Crayer just trying to hold on for dear life right now. As that 66 machine looks like it's losing some speed. Here goes Turpin. Turpin gives him a little bit of a tap. Nothing doing there. Turpin still just has to bide his dime. Here comes Turpin to the inside. Crayer chops the nose off, so Turpin will have to slide back in the line. Crayer really slowed himself down there, though, and here comes Turpin. Turpin peeks to the outside. Crayer's going to give it to him. Now Turpin goes for the crossover. He moves Crayer up the racetrack. Here comes Turpin to the inside now. Turpin and Crayer touch doors off the corner. They're both going to hang on to it. That time by at the stripe, it was way too close to call. It was Turpin in a dead tie. They almost wreck into one. They save it. They both hang on to it. They're going to keep racing, and Kenny Tripp will take the lead. What a turn of events. Tripp takes the advantage as the top two pretty much wreck each other. Crayer's recovered in the second. Turpin's recovered in the third as he races now with the 48 of Babinger. Up front, though, it is Kenny Tripp. Right place, right time in the top spot with 6 laps to go. Crayer not giving up on this one. He drives that car deep into the corner. He's trying to catch up to our leader. Here we go for fourth. Helmuth looks to the inside of Babinger. Babinger's having none of it. He throws the block. Babinger blocks Helmuth, but Babinger's going to go up the racetrack. Streichars now gives Helmuth a bump. Up front, though, the racing is getting so close for that top spot. Epic racing here with 5 laps to go in North Wilkesboro. Up front, it is still anyone's race. The top 3 all under a blanket. Remember, Luke Turpin cannot be happy with that 66 of Crayer. Looks to the inside, nothing there. He is getting Crayer all sorts of sideways right now. He's in his head. Turpin goes to the inside now. 4 laps to go. Turpin and Crayer race for second right behind the 12, and Turpin sends the 66 up the racetrack. That was a little thank you for earlier. Now get out of my way. Turpin's made his way up to second now. He has 3.5 laps to try to track down Kenny Tripp for the win. Turpin now, this time by 3 laps to go. Does Turpin have anything for our leader of Tripp? Meanwhile, the battle for the transfer spot has simmered down. It looks like the 25 of Helmuth is wrecked. A tough break there for Helmuth. As up front, though, we're still keeping our eye on this battle for the top spot. Turpin continues to reel in the 12 of Tripp. 2 great drivers, should be a great battle for this win. Let's see who gets it. This time by, Dal Jr. puts the popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. Turpin goes to the inside of Tripp. He has the high side. Tripp drives it off in corner number 1. He's going to maintain the lead. Here comes Turpin with a crossover. Tripp throws the block. Tripp throws a big block off of turn number 2, and it's going to be Kenny Tripp continuing to lead. This time by, the white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go. Who gets back first? Turpin goes to the high side. Turpin's up top. They go down into corners 1 and 2. It's Tripp on that low side. Turpin's going to drive it up off the high side. Tripp is going to get a bump from Turpin. Here they come down into turns 3 and 4. Who gets back to the wire first? Turpin drives it around the high side. What a run from Luke Turpin. They come off the corner, and it's going to be Kenny Tripp taking heat race number 3. Second place is going to be Luke Turpin. Third place will be Kendrick Crayer. And fourth in the final transfer spot will be Jordan Babinger. Oh, what an epic heat race that was. As after the race, the 66 and 454 get into each other. Luke Turpin not happy at all with Kendrick Crayer in the 66 machine. It is Kenny Tripp, though, taking advantage. Right place, right time. Winning heat race number 3. So we are going to have a word here in just one moment with Kenny Tripp after an epic heat race victory as we make our way down towards victory lane where Kenny Tripp is doing donuts on the front stretch. As we are going to have word with him, and down here in victory lane with Kenny Tripp. And Kenny, right place, right time, man. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And when Luke Turpin and Kendrick Crayer made contact with each other racing for the lead, the seas parted just perfectly for you and able to take the lead. Tell us what you were thinking in the fire suit there as you saw that happen.
Well, they I screwed up. I got slid out of the way on my own doing. They got by me. I knew if Turpin could get to them, they were going to rough each other up. Exactly the right spot, right time. I had no choice but just to hammer down and try to squeeze through it, and I definitely got lucky. And today is better to be lucky than good, because this car is not that good.
Well, Kenny, you'll have time to make it better now, as you're going to be starting in the top 4 for tomorrow's feature event. As we get ready for the feature event tomorrow, what do you think the biggest key? We talked about earlier what the keys were to surviving the heat race here. What do you think it's going to take to survive 300 laps at a track as tough as this?
Well, considering it took me three heat races to get this thing in the show, I think the biggest thing is to stay out front, stay out of trouble. So hopefully I'm in the right spot to do that, to start the race with, and hopefully I can keep that momentum up. And I gotta finish one of these things here.
Well, Kenny, before I let you go celebrate a heat race win with your team, who do you gotta thank? Sponsors, crew, and teammates on that 12 car.
My teammates, Tyler Batchelder, Tyler Gelbert, UNOH, Temp Setters, Ecolab. We got a little work to do, all of us. We're all just a little off, and hopefully we can dial it in for tomorrow and have a decent piece.
All right, well, thank you, Kenny. That was heat race number 3 winner, Kenny Tripp, and that'll wrap things up here on the broadcast. On behalf of myself, PDJ Zeller, the voice of XCAL Racing, Telesign TV, Tanner Caitlin, and all the great work they do over there, XCAL Racing and Aaron Hillbush, everyone who makes these races possible. We will see you in an hour for heat race number 4, my friend.